The following is a paid commercial documentary program sponsored by Advanced Comfort Technologies, Incorporated.
Tonight, we'll shine a light on 60 years of misinformation and deception in the $32 billion sleep industry and the sleep sickness epidemic it has helped create. A situation the national CDC calls a national health crisis. Sleep studies show the key to good health is not how long you sleep, but the uninterrupted quality of your sleep. Too little time spent in deep regenerative sleep, often due to tossing and turning on poorly designed mattresses, is linked to major diseases and may even be shortening our lives. Off-gassing from toxic foams and memory foams used in these same top-selling mattresses, even baby mattresses, are also making countless people sick. Fire retardants sprayed on nearly every brand name mattress since 2007 are known to contain toxic, cancer-causing chemicals that may be slowly poisoning us and our children. One study showed SIDS deaths went from 1,150 to 0 just by protecting babies from chemicals in their crib mattresses. 70 million sleeping pill prescriptions are written every year that can be addictive and compound the problem. The good news? Sleep researchers have discovered a highly effective solution in one of the most unlikely places, the high-tech trauma centers of some of the top hospitals in the world. Please stay tuned for the complete story and the dramatic solution you can now share with the people you care about.
Hello, my name is Nisha DeGaring, and I'm an investigative reporter, TV host, a mom, and I'm tired. Yes, I said it. I said out loud what millions of Americans, probably you too, are feeling right now. How many hours of sleep did you get last night? And more importantly, what kind of sleep did you get? Because it makes a huge difference. What pill did you turn to in your cupboard to try to get that extra hour or half hour? Why are we tossing and turning? Why can't we get comfortable? And what is all this alarming talk about dangerous toxins in our mattresses? What this investigation uncovered will change the way you look at sleep forever. I decided to use my background as an investigative reporter to figure this out. New studies show we are sleeping 30% less than our parents did. 70 million of us wake up in the morning with sleep-related issues. The CDC calls it a national health epidemic. So what in the world is going on? I looked at basic health and wellness trends, nutrition, exercise, and the role that they play. We eat better, we exercise more than our parents, but as a nation, we are getting less quality, healing sleep than mom and dad did. Something else had to be happening. I looked into age, exercise, and diet, medication. But then I turned to quite possibly the most important piece of this sleep puzzle, the actual surface we are sleeping on, that four-sided location where we spend 1/3 of our lives. When I compared what we are sleeping on today versus what our parents slept on, I began to see a big part of the problem. Our beds had changed over the years, and not for the better. First, waterbeds in the 60s and 70s, gone in the 80s because the people who used them developed horribly bad backs. Those were replaced by pillow-top mattresses that wore out much too quickly, lacked that support, and left those deep body craters. Next came those very expensive memory foams, but those, it turns out, sleep hot. And that's not all. They also appear to be soft, but actually compress with your body weight into a very hard surface and leave those huge, rigid craters. Finally, the latest bed to hit the market, the air chamber mattress that allows you to adjust the sleep softness by changing the air pressure, which is pretty much like draining water from that water bed. So it still has you rolling to the middle, sagging at your hips, putting you even more out of alignment and contributing to that basic lack of support. I found large class action lawsuits have been filed against some of the largest and most well-known mattress companies, claiming mold problems and/or toxic materials such as formaldehyde having been used in their products. And by the way, these are companies that spend over $1 million a day on advertising. Buried in the fine print, one of their own warranty disclaimers recommends that you, quote, scrub the mattress down with bleach before using it, and then again every 90 days thereafter. What? I didn't know that. My initial reaction, you've got to be joking. Think about it. Many mattresses arrive with such a strong chemical smell. The manufacturer recommends you air it out for several days even before you use it. The recommendation is that once the chemical smell becomes tolerable, it's okay for you and your kids to sleep on it with your face just inches away, 8 hours a night for the next several years. What could possibly go wrong? Research shows just because the chemical odor becomes tolerable doesn't mean it isn't still dangerously toxic. On one website alone, I found more than 100 unsolicited complaints about some of the most expensive mattresses you can buy, claims of toxic odors that make them unusable, and off gases coming from the bed that made consumers physically sick. So where are the experts who should be speaking up for us? The first person I talked to was a primary care physician. He didn't know much, but the well-meaning doctor prescribed sleeping pills with a stern warning not to get hooked on them. So I went to my chiropractor who wanted to focus on fixing my back problem, not figure out how to prevent it in the first place. Finally, I found a wellness professional who was able to shed some serious light on what happens or what is not happening during those long hours in the dark. Let's talk about sleep for just a second and why we aren't getting enough of it, and the role our mattress plays in all of this. Firm enough for support, but soft enough for cushioning? Is there a mattress out there that does both?
In my studies looking at different beds, I found a bed that was actually found in many intensive care units, these high-tech intensive care units, that actually helped to redistribute the weight that the patients were experiencing and to take pressure off of them. And that gel is called Intelligel. Intellibed has actually reserved the rights to put that Intelligel into a home bed. And if you go to Intellibed.com, you can find all about that. So when you're laying on one of those memory foam beds or one of those air beds and we're sagging and sinking and that pressure's building up at night, the body senses that oxygen isn't getting to those muscles and to those tissues, and it wakes you up, makes you roll over. And that's why we toss and turn all night long. That pressure mapping system on their website can really demonstrate how that works with the different types of beds. In fact, come on over here to the lab and let me show you how it works. So we're going to do our first test here on one of the high-end memory foam mattresses. This mattress actually costs about $8,500.
Wow. So your patient's laying on the mattress, but what is this? Is this that pressure mapping system you were talking about?
That's exactly what that is. So as a patient lays here on this bed and the bed starts to conform to his body, this actually has the ability to measure where there's excess pressure. So as he sinks into this bed and starts to drop, wherever we're getting pressure is going to show up on the computer in bright red.
All right, so our patient is a side sleeper, which
Yep.
I'm a side sleeper too. So the pressure we're going to see maybe in the hips and the shoulder area?
Well, let's take a look here. We can see here where there's blue, there's not a lot of pressure buildup. Things are being evenly distributed.
What about the red?
Well, where there's red, there's trouble. Here's his legs, here's the hips, here's his arms coming up and shoulders and head up here. Now, with the memory foam mattress, when a patient first lays down, it does a good job of cushioning and taking away that pressure. But the longer the patient lays there and that foam starts to compress, it gets harder and harder. The harder it gets, the more red we'll see here, which translates to less oxygen to those tissues. That's what translates to a poor night's sleep. So let's look at our second bed. Let's look at the air bed. This model actually has an air chamber in it, but it also is covered with memory foam.
So it's the memory foam like our first bed on top of the air.
Correct, and it's about almost just under a $5,000 bed.
I've heard about this bed
Yeah.
before. How does it work? Does it support?
Well, it should support. In fact, with the two materials there, you'd expect to get a lot of pressure relief. This is our same patient as the last one. Here's the side laying, here's the legs, here's the hips, here's the shoulders and the head up here.
It's a big area.
Now, the purpose of this bed is to be able to let pressure out. I'm going to let pressure out of this. You know, as you let air out, the heaviest part of the body is going to sink into the mattress. And so the air is going to go out to the opposite ends. So what happens is the hips sink and the shoulders are still up. We're going to get kind of a bowing of the spine.
I actually see the red getting bigger and also over here by the shoulder, almost going up into the neck. It's worse.
Well, not only is it not relieving pressure, it's losing support. So we have two problems there. So let's take a look at the Intellibed.
What am I looking at right here? Because it's completely different than what we've seen on those other beds.
Yeah, so here we have the same patient again laying on his side. So you'll notice here that the legs are almost completely taken out. No pressure on the legs.
Like an island over there.
That's his feet. Here's the hips. We got just mostly yellow, a little bit of red. The reason why we have a little bit of red is because the intercoil system has to support. We want alignment and we want support. So we got to push up a little bit to get the support. But then the IntelliGel creates the cushioning to take away the pressure. Look at the shoulder, almost nothing in the shoulder.
As a doctor that works with body alignment and getting it in that perfect position for the spine, what do you think about what we're seeing here?
Well, we're going to have a much, much better night's sleep. There's less pressure on those tissues, better oxygenation, meaning less time waking up in the middle of the night, so we don't keep starting our sleep cycles over and over and over again. You know, Nisha, I want to take you over here and show you one more unique property about the IntelliGel system.
Sounds great.
Now, this is the gel that's found in the Intellibed. So this is made out of mineral oil. It's non-toxic. It's antimicrobial, antifungal, very, very safe.
So strong enough to use in a hospital, but safe enough to put your baby to sleep on?
You got it. In fact, let me show you how strong this is. If I take a piece of plexiglass here and we just set this down here,
all right.
I'm going to have you just put your hand on here and I want you just to push down.
Right in the center.
Right in the center. Give me all you got there. Okay. Now notice how that disperses evenly across the gel.
No, it's not budging. That's support.
That's support. Now, if we turn that over, if this were representing your hips and your shoulders here, and we put that down on there, go ahead and push down on that again for me.
Same spot.
Same spot.
Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the cushioning you were talking about.
So the columns buckle underneath your shoulders, underneath your hips, but yet look at the middle.
That is the key. Look where your spine is.
You got it.
Right here.
So relieving pressure on those pressure points.
But your back is protected and supported.
Support, which means a better night's sleep.
Dr. Frogley, this is what we have been searching for.
Yes.
Two things in the same mattress, that firmness, but also the cushioning that we need.
You got it. Now, let's really put it to the test. First of all, I'm going to have you just kind of bring your heel and your toes into the gel there.
Just like that.
Yep. Now, see how the columns buckle where you put pressure? Even though it's buckling, just like it would with your shoulders and your hips, it still offers some support there for you.
I feel it in my arch.
Now, go ahead and step onto the gel, and I'm going to have you step up onto this plexiglass here. Just put all your weight right up on the plexiglass.
Step right here?
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Look at that. Holding my entire body weight, not just my hand, not just that surface, but all of it.
Absolutely. It's so strong that they offer a 30-year warranty with the gel.
So is this a mattress that you would sleep on?
This is the mattress that I sleep on. In fact, it's the mattress that I recommend to all my patients.
We've taken a giant step forward toward finding a real sleep solution. We no longer have to choose between comfort and support. According to Dr. Frogley, most mattresses sold today force a person to unknowingly choose between comfort and support. That's why those so-called luxury mattresses are contributing to the back problems and all of that tossing and turning that so many of us deal with every single night. So now I understand how the wrong mattress could cause back and neck pain. But what is the connection with all the other health problems that research says poor sleep is causing? Well, I tracked down one of the country's top sleep experts, Dr. Robert Troll. Dr. Troll, you have such an amazing background. Tell us about it.
I completed a sleep medicine fellowship at Stanford University Medical Center Sleep Disorders Clinic and was the first surgeon board certified in sleep medicine in the United States. And after my fellowship, I was clinical faculty at the Sleep Disorders Center at Stanford for 7 years. I am quadruple board certified in head and neck surgery, facial plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, and of course, sleep medicine.
You definitely have that superior training. Doctor, if studies say the average person tosses and turns up to 40 times a night, how is that affecting our sleep?
The two most important aspects of sleep to feel well rested is sleep duration and, more important, the quality of one's sleep. A typical night's sleep has potentially 4 to 5 cycles, and each cycle has both REM sleep and non-REM sleep. Non-REM sleep has 4 different stages. 1, which is superficial, 2, which is the majority of the time we sleep, and then the restorative sleep called stage 3 or stage 4 or delta sleep is about 12 to 14% of our sleep time. Sleep fragmentation, identified as the tossing and turning you represented, creates restless sleep.
When, because of these pressure points, you're waking up, do you go all the way back to stage 1, or can you stay in that stage 3 and 4?
Good question. So when you have a pressure point, what happens is your body has discomfort and it doesn't want to stay that way to injure the tissue, so your brain will wake yourself up. And what happens is if you're in stage REM sleep or stage 3 and 4, which is deep sleep, it will bring you back up to stage 1 sleep or complete wakefulness, and then you go back and forth. So that sleep fragmentation and poor quality sleep, not getting restorative sleep of delta sleep, is significantly detrimental to your body.
This is a great point. It's not how long you lay in bed. If we're not getting that stage 3 and 4, we're not healing our bodies?
Correct. When people sleep, they think, oh, okay, I'm getting to sleep just being there. No, that's incorrect. Sleep is a dynamic aspect of your body. So you need to get deeper sleep to be restorative. If you sleep for 8 hours and have stage 1 and 2 sleep, you can have what's called sleep drunkardness the next day, or excessive daytime sleepiness. If you get good quality sleep, even if it's, let's say, half the duration, you have better quality sleep. That better quality sleep dictates you're going to have less excessive daytime sleepiness.
I was told you completed a scientific study comparing 3 different types of mattress. You looked at the air mattress, memory foam, and the Intellibed?
That's correct. A lot of times in medicine, we don't want to be biased, so especially at Stanford, we're very scientific. So unless there's a scientific basis to recommend something, then we don't say what we prefer. So what I tried to embark on was comparing 3 beds, one, the air mattress, the memory foam, and then the Intellibed, which is the IntelliGel. It's kind of like a baby oil gel polymer. And what we wanted to do is look at the quality of sleep that the patients received. So we had full sleep studies, which has electromonitoring of the eyes and the brain, and we looked at the results. What the results showed was the Intellibed patients had a superior quality of sleep by having more deep sleep or delta sleep and better quality sleep with less sleep fragmentation.
So in that scientific study, you compared those mattresses, and that deep healing sleep happened on the Intellibed?
Yes, the Intellibed had more delta or stage 3 and 4 sleep compared to the other 2 mattresses tested.
Dr. Troll, do we take sleep seriously enough in this country?
We don't take sleep as importantly as we should, and it's 1/3 of most people's lives. If you look at infants, it's potentially 70% of your child's life. So why would you want to have someone with potential mattress that has toxins compared to Intellibed that has no toxins sleeping that much of your life?
There was a study that came out of New Zealand that actually made the connection between SIDS and crib mattresses.
The study from New Zealand, which was published in the late 1990s, really is kind of a landmark study that in the United States people don't even talk about. So what they found was 1,150 children over a certain period of time died of SIDS. So investigating it, one of the investigators, smartly enough, decided, maybe it's due to the mattresses. So what they did is they covered the mattress in a plastic, got the government of New Zealand to support that, and what they found was that the SIDS rate dropped to 0. From 1150 to 0, you pretty much know that it's directly related to the mattress. So what we know is if you have a mattress that's non-toxic, like the Intellibed, those risk of SIDS drops in this study to 0.
Does it frustrate you, knowing what's on the market, knowing what your patients are possibly sleeping on, that all of us are sleeping on, and no one's doing anything about it?
Yes, as a scientist, you look at the data, and the data is unequivocal. You want to, one, have a mattress that you can sleep with that improves the quality of sleep, but not have toxins that can hurt your body.
Well, doctor, this begs the question, when you go home, what do you sleep on? And what do you recommend to your patients?
Well, after I finished the scientific study, I actually acquired Intellibed, and the Intellibed that I acquired 10 years ago, I'm still using. So the patients that I see for anti-aging medicine, I suggest using Intellibed will improve the quality of their sleep and the quality of their life.
Another expert, not only recommending, but sleeping on Intellibed. Are we seeing a pattern here? When I visited their website, I found the reason why their patented gel-based technology could not only provide superior comfort, but according to what I learned from Dr. Troll, also maximize the delivery of deep healing level 3 and 4 sleep we've all been so desperate for. And when I talked to the folks over at the Intellibed Sleep Science Center about how to purchase their product, they told me and showed me online their complete line of Intellibeds, from king adjustables to queens, doubles, twins, children's sizes, and even baby cribs, which is great news after the recent research linking SIDS to traditional foam mattresses. They said we could all purchase it through their national network of doctors and sleep specialists, or here's what got me excited. You can even get it factory direct from Intellibed with a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it at your house. So if you are watching this show right now and you want to start getting that toxin-free, safe, deep healing stage 3 and 4 sleep, you can do it tonight. But do not leave yet, or you will miss the most startling portion of my investigation. What I'm talking about is the material safety issues and the dangerous off-gassing that is commonplace throughout the mattress industry. Since the year 2007, the federal government has required every mattress to use some type of flame retardants. Now, some of these use chemicals known to cause all types of health concerns. There has been a public outcry, but it continues. And these mattress companies are not even required to reveal what they put in their mattresses. Plus, we already know that some foam mattresses can off-gas heavy metals and carcinogens. I could not believe what I'd found. How can this be? And why isn't anyone protecting us, the public, from the unsafe materials that manufacturers can and are putting in our mattresses without a second thought? What about our babies? What about our children suffering from cancer, asthma, ADD, ADHD, and even links to autism? I saw study after study linking these diseases to the toxic materials used in the home, and almost all of these materials are being used in the making of our mattresses. I needed more information. I needed to talk to the people who spend almost all of their time researching, product testing, and then advising their followers about products safe for their homes. These are women who know from experience that you can't just take the government's or the big companies' word for the safety of the products that they're selling. The Healthy Home Economist is her blog, and Sarah Pope is joining us. She is a lifestyle blogger and also a mom of 3. What has you so concerned about the different toxins in our homes, specifically our mattresses? What have you found, Sarah?
It is a chemical cocktail of immense proportions that is being sprayed on mattresses today. And people are buying these mattresses without the knowledge that they're going to be breathing these vapors from these chemicals night after night for the years and years that they're sleeping on the mattress. And that very much concerned me, to the point where when I discovered the only non-toxic option out there that also combines amazing sleep technology called the Intellibed, I was so thrilled.
How is Intellibed different?
Well, the IntelliGel is the patented technology that is used in the Intellibed, and it's very different from the foams that are full of chemicals that are used in other beds. The IntelliGel is made from baby oil, and it's so non-toxic that mineral oil is allowed to be used in organic agriculture. That's how safe it is.
So you looked into this and said, I'm putting my 3 children on top of it night after night, and this is the safest solution?
Absolutely. I mean, I looked everywhere, and I was very discouraged with natural mattresses because they don't hold up. I mean, in my experience buying a natural mattress, it only lasted 18 months. And Intellibed lasts for years and years and years. And when you lay on it, it's unlike any mattress you've ever experienced before. I've had people say, well, what is it like to sleep on an Intellibed? It's firm, but it's also soft at the same time. So people who like firm beds, firm mattresses love it, but people who like soft mattresses also like it. And this is because of the technology in the IntelliGel. It collapses where you need it to collapse, but remains firm in the places you need the support. So it's this amazing sensation when you lay on it that you're being supported, yet like my daughter said, you're sleeping on a cloud at the same time.
Lauren Gerdston is a natural living blogger. She writes Empowered Sustenance. And Lauren, what has prompted you to alert people about the toxicity problem?
I had a conventional mattress that I bought a few years ago, and it threw me into the worst flare ever of my autoimmune disease. So I started looking at the connections and the pieces here and found that these regular mattresses, they're absolutely coated with these toxic fire retardant chemicals. It can severely exacerbate health issues. And then Intellibed came along right at the point where I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to go forward. And I was like, this is it.
What makes that mattress different than other mattresses you tried?
Intellibed has this unique support system that allows the hips and the shoulders to be properly supported, so this allows the spine to be in alignment. And when the spine is in alignment, all body functions are going to work more optimally, and it takes pressure off joints, so the sleep experience is really life-changing.
I'm sitting down now with Emily Hill. She is a lifestyle blogger. Her blog is called Is This Really My Life? Emily, does your blog talk about sleep?
Actually, just recently, it was time for a new mattress, and we weren't sure exactly which mattress to choose. We were going to consider the air chamber mattress, but we had enough people telling us don't even go there that we thought, okay, we're not going to even worry about it. So we went with the memory foam.
So you got it, you brought it home. What happened next?
Well, first I noticed the smell, which was extremely potent and did not go away after 2 or 3 weeks.
Like what? What did it smell like?
It just didn't smell good. It smelled like almost like a chemical smell.
Does that chemical smell and the toxicity worry you?
Actually, I would wake up and it would be on my pajamas, it would be in my hair, it would be all over my pillow, and I just thought I smell like a walking memory foam mattress. It was not pleasant.
What about your support?
That memory foam feels soft, but as it compresses, it gets harder, and it's almost like sleeping on concrete by the time you wake up. And then I couldn't move. I'd get uncomfortable and then I couldn't move, because we all know you need an escape plan to get out of a memory foam mattress. And I would wake up in the morning with the worst crink in my neck, and it was horrible.
So you bring in the Intellibed. What happened next?
Oh, life changed as we knew it. I mean, it was like night and day. First of all, it slept a lot cooler than the memory foam, which was extremely too hot for my husband. It had no smell whatsoever, none of that horrible kind of chemical smell. And my side sleeping, it was so much better on this Intellibed, because I would lay on my side. I could tell that my shoulder had the right amount of support, but the right amount of relief. It was like this perfect equilibrium between the two. And then the rest of my body felt like it was just perfectly aligned, and I didn't need to roll over. I didn't need to turn. It was heaven.
You feel a responsibility to your community to recommend what you actually use. What would you tell them about mattresses?
Oh, Intellibed, hands down. Don't even go and try any other mattresses. It is the only way to go if you want a good night's rest.
Once again, this investigation into better, healthy sleep has led me to the non-toxic, hospital-proven IntelliGel used in Intellibed mattresses. Other mattress manufacturers are now aware of the Intellibed, and they are understandably nervous. We found out they are now trying to copy and market their own so-called gel beds, but their gel, get this, it's actually made of foam, made with crude oil and a tiny amount of gel. It is certainly not IntelliGel, nor does it have any of the same characteristics or performance traits as the real deal. So don't be fooled again by the same unscrupulous mattress manufacturers that have been misleading all of us for years. Based on what I've learned and the critical nature of the problem it solves, I invite you to call or visit the Intellibed website and ask about their 60-day in-home trial program. Best of all, it is extremely durable and carries a 30-year warranty. You wouldn't think that the highest performing mattress on the market right now would be the least expensive to own, but that is just what we're finding. We actually calculated that it will cost you less than $150 a year. The contact information for Intellibed is on your screen. Thank you for watching and being part of my sleep investigation. This is not about buying the most expensive mattress, the most popular one, the one your friend loves. This is about you, your health, your family's health, and your ability to rest, I mean really rest and heal every single night. Please feel free to pass along this important information to people you care about, people like you and me who are tired and need the solution experts are telling us only the hospital-tested Intellibed can provide.
The proceeding was a paid commercial documentary program sponsored by Advanced Comfort Technologies, Inc. A Stilson production.